is having -2 charge upon it, then what does it mean?
It has taken 2 electrons.
It has taken 2 electrons. Very good. And when an ion is having +3 charge upon it, then what does it mean?
It has given 3 electrons.
It has given 3 electrons. Okay. So come on to page number 16. Today we are going to discuss about molecular ion. Okay, in the previous lecture, we have just learned about ions. Now we are going to learn about molecular ion. When a molecule loses or gains electron, the resulting species is called molecular ion. First, we have learned the definition related to atom, that when an atom loses or gains electron, it becomes an ion. Now we are going to discuss about molecule. When a molecule loses or gains an electron, the resulting species is called molecular ion. For example, O2, simply oxygen. Simply oxygen is an atom, and when it is written that it's O2, it's a molecule. When O2, a molecule of oxygen, loses 1 electron, it forms O2 plus. O2 plus ion. But when it absorbs an electron, it forms O2 minus ion. These ions are called molecular ions. Similarly, N2 minus, N2 plus, etc. are the examples of molecular ions. These are short-lived species. Short-lived means they are having very short period and only exist at high temperature. Molecular ions do not form ionic compounds. So, what is a molecular ion?
मैम ऐसे बात सुने,
जी बेटा.
मॉलिक्यूलर एटम में क्या फर्क है?
Atom is a smallest particle of an element. Smallest, बहुत छोटा सा particle होता है that cannot exist in a free state. ठीक है? But molecule is formed when 2 or more atoms join together. ठीक है? Molecule is when 2 or more atoms join together. Ab simply if I say O means oxygen, that is an atom. But when 2 oxygen atoms are joined, they will form a molecule, and it is written O2. O2 means 2 oxygens has combined together to form a molecule.
Okay, ma'am.
ठीक है? Similarly, N2. Simply N is an atom. N is nitrogen. It is an atom. When 2 nitrogen atoms will combine, will join each other, will form a bond between them. ठीक है? So it's mean now it's a molecule. O2. When O2 loses when a molecule lose or gain an electron, it will form molecular ion. Like O2. O2 is a molecule. When it will lose 1 electron, it will form O2 plus. And one more thing, molecular ion has ability to lose as well as to gain an electron. It can lose and also it can gain electron. O2 plus ion, but when it absorbs an electron, it forms O2 minus ion. These ions are called molecular ions. Similarly, N2 minus and N2 plus are the examples of molecular ions. These are short-lived species, like they cannot exist longer. They have very short period of their life. ठीक है? They get vanish and they exist only at high temperature. Molecular ions do not form ionic compounds. यानी कि इनके ionic compounds नहीं बनते. Separate से इनके compound नहीं बनते. Beta, is molecular ion clear? Abdullah, molecular ion clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Acha. ठीक है. Ionic compound, the thing that we have learned in the previous lecture, like ions. Now come towards next thing, that is free radical. Free radical. What is a free radical? A free radical is an atom which has an unpaired electron and bears no electrical charge. For example, Hydrogen is having 1 electron simply. Chlorine is having 7 electrons. 1 is lone pair. Are free radicals. Now, in an atom, electrons revolve around their orbit or shell. 2 electrons make a pair and then they move in the orbit. They don't move lonely. This is the nucleus of an atom. It is having proton and neutron in it. Orbits. Here the electrons will move in the pairs. Like 2, 4, these two 6 and these two 8. These are moving in the pair form. Okay? Now what are they saying? They are saying that when an atom is having a lone pair means when an electron is alone there in its orbit, there are protons, there are neutrons. This is single electron here. This single electron is representing free radical and it bears no charge, means there is no positive charge, no negative charge upon it, but it is single electron here. Similarly, look at chlorine. It is representing hydrogen. Hydrogen has only 1 electron, no pair of electron. Then chlorine. Chlorine has 2 electrons here, 2 here, 2 here, and 1 here. Like totally it is having 7 electrons. 7 electrons, how will be? 2 are here. This is the proton, neutron, the other orbit here. Total 7 electrons are there in the orbits of chlorine. These are 2, 4, 6, and this one. This one is alone here. It has no pair of electrons. So in this way, this atom is called free radical. What is it called?
Free radical.
Free radical means it is having an electron that is without pair, which is having no pair there. So that is called free radical. Free radical is an atom. It's not a molecule, it's not an ion, it's not a compound, it is an atom which has an unpaired electron. Unpaired electron, like it is alone there, and bears no electrical charge. And there is no electrical charge like positive or negative charge. There is no positive, no negative charge upon it. Hydrogen is having 1 electron. It's single here. This chlorine is having total 7 electrons. These two are in the pair form. These two are paired. These two are in the pair form. This one is single here. So this single electron without pair is representing that this is the free radical of chlorine. When substances like halogens are exposed to sunlight, their molecules split up into free radicals. Okay, beta. The next topic, when substances like halogens are chlorine, fluorine, bromine. It is a specific group of atoms. ये हम पढ़ेंगे in chapter 3. Periodic table पूरा हम elements का पढ़ेंगे कि how many atoms are there, what is the atomic number of different atoms there, what is the arrangement of elements in the periodic table, how are they arranged, what are the properties of elements. All these things we will discuss in chapter number 3, that is properties of atoms. When substances like halogens are fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine, they are exposed to sunlight. Exposed to sunlight means when they do reaction in the presence of light of sun, their molecules split up into free radicals. Their molecules will split up. Split up means they will broken down in free radicals. Now, difference between ion and a free radical. Okay, but the difference between ion and a free radical. Ion and a free radical. Now look here. In the diagram, chlorine free radical. It is its original state when it has taken no electron, it hasn't given any electron to any atom. Chlorine free radical 2, 4, 6 and 7. Its original state. Okay? Now if to make a pair of this electron, it bears an electron from any other atom, or it borrows or it takes from any other atom. Now it is no more free radical. It will become chloride ion. To make a complete pair of electrons in its shell, it will borrow, it will take, it will carry an electron from any other atom. When it will take any electron from any other atom, it will become chloride ion. Any atom in its original form, in its original shape, in its original condition is called a free radical. But when it borrows an electron from any other atom to complete the pair of these electrons, then that becomes chloride ion. Which species has even number of electrons? Which species has odd number of electrons? One more important point about free radical. A free radical is a radical which is having an odd number of electrons. Odd number of electrons means whenever I say 37, 37 means it is odd. Odd pair of electron is must having one electron that is unpaired. A free radical has an unpaired electron, so it has odd number of electrons. A free radical is an electrically neutral species. Neutral species means it is not having any positive charge or any negative charge upon it. Whereas an ion has even number of electrons, so it has no unpaired electrons. This dot indicates an unpaired electron. Now I will give its explanation on board. Okay, beta. Now look. Chlorine atom. In its original condition, 2 electrons. 2 means it is a pair. There are 2, it's a pair. There are 2, it's a pair. It is a single electron here. Is it a pair?
No, ma'am.
No. This single electron is representing that it is a free radical. Similarly, look at hydrogen. It has only one electron in its orbit. This is single, no pair. it is also a free radical. Now let's suppose this chlorine wants to make the pair of this electron, and or we want to make the pair of this electron here. It's mean it is needed an electron here to complete this pair. Now what it will do, it will borrow or take an electron from any other atom. When it will take an electron from any other atom, now it was its original pair, it has taken one electron, this electron it has taken. Now it's mean its pairs are completed, but it is having a negative charge upon it because it has taken one electron. There was no charge. As a whole, it was neutral. No positive charge, no negative charge was there. But when it has taken an electron from any other atom, now it is negatively charged ion. It was free radical of chlorine. Okay? And now it has taken an electron. Now it has become chloride ion. Okay? What it has become?
Chloride ion.
Chloride ion. When it has taken an electron, now it has become an ion. Originally it was chlorine and it was having a single pair of electrons. And here it is chloride ion because it has completed its pair of electrons. So it is even number of electrons. And ion is having even number of electrons. Even देखें, even का मतलब है pairs are completed, and odd means there one is alone. A free radical is having odd number of electrons. Clear? Are you sure it is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, beta, now look. This dot is representing unpaired electron. This dot, these dots are representing electrons here. This single dot representing unpaired electron. Now look at the self-assessment exercise 1.6. Identify ions, molecular ions, and free radicals from the following species. Okay, ion, molecular ion, or free radical. What is it? Cn-1.
Molecular ion.
Molecular ion. Because the C is representing carbon, N is representing nitrogen. Two atoms are joined together to form cyanide. Okay, cyanide, and it is having negative charge upon it. Negative means it has given one electron. It has taken one electron from any other atom. Okay, this dot. What this dot is representing?
Ma'am, free radical.
Free radical. What is it? Ag plus 2.
Ion.
Ion. Very good. N-3.
Ion.
CH4 plus.
Molecular ion.
Very good. And this one?
Free radical.
This one is also representing free radical. Very good. Well done. Okay. Is it enough?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now come towards maths.